coming in. So what's the latest on Sesko? According to T News and Ticks, Benjamin Sesko's reported fee of 93 million is absolute nonsense. And Leipzig's starting position is much less, with Arsenal negotiating from there. The Gunners want a quick resolution, and the fee is now all important. Now, even after this report, I've still seen some outlets saying, it's still going to be more than 90 million. No one truly knows how much it's going to be. It could be 60, it could be 70, it could be 75, it could be 80, it could be in installments. No one knows how many installments it will be. No one knows how much is going to be paid per week if he ends up joining us. No one really has the details. What I can say is it's looking very likely that Sesko is going to be our striker next season and not Gyökeres. So, hey, I said I prefer Gyökeres, but again, if Sesko joins Arsenal, then we forget about Gyökeres and you start supporting Gyökeres, because we know how important this deal is for us. Whichever striker that we get, it has to work out, as I said yesterday. And if it is Sesko, we hope that he settles in as quickly as possible. We hope that he does great. We hope that he has the best environment to, perform in an Arsenal kit, and we support him from there. And yes, as I said again yesterday, he's still a very good striker. Still scores goals. I think he scored more goals between the age of 16 and 21, more than what Gyökeres did from 16 to 21, way more actually. So that is a good thing. So let's just hope it works out, because this is like our final piece of the puzzle, a striker. So the piece has to fit in that puzzle. We cannot have a piece that is too big for the puzzle or too small for the puzzle, and then you start searching for another piece to fill in the puzzle, that last piece. No, hopefully it works. I think he will score goals for Arsenal, but let's see. But what would have been put even more pressure on the team and all that is 93 million would have been a lot of money. But if Team News and Tick says it's not 93 million, then how much is it? So we have this report from Plettenberg of Plettigirl says, Arsenal and RB Leipzig are in discussions about a possible payment structure regarding the transfer of Benjamin Sesko. The player's release clause is set over 80 million. So if it's over 80 million euros, that's around 68 to 70 million pounds. Let's say 70, because it says it's over 80. 70 million pounds around that. That is way down from what we were told yesterday, 93 million. That would be okay. Still more expensive than Gyökeres, but at least for 70 million, that is like the same range where Højlund went to Man United for around that kind of money. So yes, strikers usually go for that. If you want a top striker, you're going to have to pay more than 70 million. 93 million would have been a huge push. 93 million is, it has to work. 93 million is not, let's see how it goes. No, 93 million is, it has to work. And that just like Declan Rice, 100 million, you're not, hoping that on your guaranteed good performances with that kind of money. So it's a lot of pressure on Sesko, but let's hope, if he does join us, he has the best environment and we can actually make use of his strengths and abilities. Now, he's a very good header of the ball. He's tall, obviously. He's very good in terms of picking up the ball and running with it and covering spaces with it. He can run in behind. He can score volleys. He can score quick one-touch finishes. And the thing I love about him as well is the injury record. I don't think he's picked up an injury since 2021. That is absolutely crazy. That is 4 years. That is fantastic. So if he can bring that to Arsenal, well and good. And if he can bring at least 20 goals to Arsenal, that is great. I saw a comment yesterday from someone saying we don't really need 20 plus goals from Sesko. We only need like 15. But what we need is those goals against those teams that we struggle with. Someone did point that out. That is true. We need Sesko to be scoring those goals, against Everton, and it's 0-0 and you're struggling to score, against West Ham when you're struggling to score, against Ipswich and it's only 1-0 and you're struggling to score. You do also need him in the big games like Man City when you're drawing 0-0 and you need him to score one goal. He does score a lot of big goals. I've seen he scored against Juventus and Bayern and all those guys over the last 2-3 years. That is what you need. So there's a bit of truth from in that comment. We need him to just score those goals that we might not score against those smaller teams that we struggle to score against and break down. But yes, so when you sign a striker like that and, game changers, you look at Salah, you look at Haaland, those are the reasons why they're winning the titles, because they're getting 25, 30 goal, 40 goal contributions in a season. You really need that. So let's see how it goes with Sesko. Again, though, there is still reports on Gyökeres, and Fabrizio himself say despite Benjamin Sesko contact, Arsenal are still considering Victor Gyökeres. So that is still going on. Let's see what happens with Victor Gyökeres. Looking likely that it's Sesko 75%, 25% Gyökeres, but you never know, man. But hopefully the transfer window is opening this weekend. We will get to know who we are really going for. Next up, let's talk about a player that might end up